Welcome back. So something that's almost mandatory in the world of interior design is break from the norm and take a risk. And that can mean going big or going home. So you may wonder, are renovations possible on a budget? Well, designer Brittany Harington is here to show us how to make that happen. And you've actually had success in transitioning rooms. When I was looking at the photo, I was like, this is a totally different space, totally different look, totally different feel. So maybe let's pull up some of those photos and you walk us through how you transition those rooms.
Okay, so in the photos, you can see that basically you start with a clean slate and you just know that you want nothing to do with what's there currently. So when you're imagining a new space, you just have to pick out an individual piece that you love. And in this instance, it was the bowl, for example. So I needed to pick an antique vanity that looked great underneath of that square antique bowl and just made it work from there.
See, in this room, I wonder where you get all the inspiration because it just looks like such a different space.
Thank you. Well, the birdhouses just came from nothing. So I just saw them at an antique store and picked them out, and that was perfect.
Now look at that attic room, how it transitions into something you can actually use. How'd you do that?
Well, I wanted to make it a master suite. So in this side, we wanted it to be a bathroom, and then the other side was a bedroom. And so to fit in this small space, we had to kind of use the unique pitch of the attic and just go with it.
And I think you did a wonderful job there. Let's talk about money because that is something that you always want to consider. Maybe how did you budget this space when, again, you had that miraculous transition?
So for a budget, it's really good to talk to your neighbors, your friends, anybody else that's done a renovation recently, and then be very considerate on the scope of work that you're talking about. So I've seen websites that say, oh, you can do a bathroom remodel for $2,000. And then you go to do a bathroom remodel and you add up just the material costs alone of a complete gut job and it's around $10,000. And so you just want to be very specific when talking about scopes and comparing prices and that point.
And that makes total sense. I think you also have got some props here, some different ways to decorate your home, maybe add some color or texture or dimension. What are these for?
Okay, so what we're doing here is just showing you the unique way to blend colors, textures, materials. So essentially the starting piece for this decoration was actually this pillow. So we wanted something super nice and just really nice feeling linen for the space, for the bedding. And that was literally the only thing the client told me. They just wanted a comfy bed. Okay. And so from there, we've got this very, very tight weave linen look. And then you have to balance it with other patterns. And it can't just be fully gray. So that's where the lamp came next. And so this color of the lamp was just great. It blended well with the gray. And it also brought this natural earth tone to the space and just gave it a little bit of pop of color. And then this was something that was just cool and laying around, and we noticed that. And then the blanket also had this same very tiny shade of color that the lamp does. And so mixing a tight knit pattern with a big bold pattern and a medium-sized pattern is just the way to go.
Well, thank you so much. And I know one of the things you recommend is starting with a focal point, which is such good advice. Thank you so much for all of those tips, Brittany. We have loved having you on the show.
Thank you so much.